afternoon, you guys. So it's been a pretty lazy evening, which is nice because we haven't had like a lazy Tuesday in a really long time. Because usually on Tuesdays we're out doing things, we have to run errands before Chris goes to work and whatnot, but we didn't really have to do that this week. And we're probably gonna have to be doing a bunch of shit tomorrow instead, but oh well. It is what it is. But Chris and I did go out and get something for lunch. We got cheese zombies, which, if you didn't grow up in this area, in my school district, you probably don't even know what they are, because they were invented in my school district. Chris had no idea about them before he started dating me. But there's actually a shop that opened up, I think last year or 2 years ago, that has started selling them, and it's actually like an old like cafeteria worker, like somebody who like makes the food for the district, and she took the actual recipe and has been making them in a shop for people like me who grew up eating them but cannot have them anymore because I'm not in school. Basically what they are is they're this big doughy thing filled with cheese in the center. Like, here, let me break it apart and you can see. Like, look at how delicious that is. Oh, so good. And then I got another one that has sausage in it. But, oh my god, that's so good. So, I've just been laying in bed on my iPad watching some Netflix. Because that is what I wanted to do with my evening. To be honest. That is all I wanted to do with my evening. But I have kitties. I have 2 kitties. They're actually laying with each other and they're actually touching. So that's nice. But I think I'm gonna go back to watching Netflix. Alright guys, fast forward a little bit into the evening. Chris is home.
Fast forward a lot into the evening.
Actually, no, not that much. I vlogged just a little bit ago, just a few hours ago.
Okay.
But, yeah. Basically, I laid in bed for a little bit longer. Kind of binge watched on some Goosebumps on the net of the flicks. Because who doesn't like binge watching Goosebumps? It sounded like a great idea to me, and it was. Because I love Goosebumps. Especially looking at the horrible 90s fashion. Like, what were we thinking in the 90s?
We weren't really thinking in the 90s. Well, actually no. We were thinking that the world was going to explode in Y2K, or whatever.
So nobody cared about their bad fashion choices.
Because we were fearful of our robot overlords.
Apparently.
Yep.
But, yeah. But I did find out something quite exciting. Hulu now has all of Rugrats. Obviously minus the Rugrat, like, movies. But it has all of, like, the actual Rugrat episodes. Actually, I don't think it has any of the movies. Probably not. Because that would just be too cool.
Mm-hmm.
But Hulu finally has Rugrats. They didn't have Rugrats before, because I remember I looked. Because they had, like, every other, like, Nicktoons show from, like, the 90s. Like Wild Thornberries and Hey Arnold and stuff like that. They didn't have Rugrats. But I just so happened to be scrolling through my Facebook and, like, Rugrats, like, popped up and they were like, you know, oh, hey, watch Rugrats on Hulu. And I was like, what? And I looked, and Rugrats is on Hulu. Oh. Rugrats was my all-time favorite, like, cartoon, Nicktoon, as a kid. And my best friend's as well. Like, Gabby's, like, nickname is Reptar, to give you an idea. And her favorite color is Reptar green. So, I mean, there's that. So basically, me and my best friend are like, alright, yep, gonna, have a Rugrats marathon at some point in the soonish future, hopefully. Probably not until, like, after Christmas, but oh well. But basically, that was awesome. And then I randomly decided that I wanted to play a Nancy Drew game, because I haven't played a Nancy Drew game in a really long time. Because normally Nancy Drew games come out twice a year. One comes out like springish, and then one comes out in like October, or like, October, November-ish. Well, they're switching like engines, so the second game didn't come out this year. It's supposed to hopefully be coming out sometime next year, which is annoying. Oh shit. But whatever. I hope the new engine is good, otherwise I'm going to be sorely disappointed. Because I've been playing for like 30-something games. I've literally played every game. But, yes. So I was feeling kind of like withdrawals, because I was like, I didn't get a Nancy Drew game this fall. I need to play something. So I pulled out one of my favorite games from my collection. Actually, the first Nancy Drew game I ever played, which was the third, which was Message in a Haunted Mansion, which is actually based in San Francisco. So it was kind of fun to just like go back and play it and have fun with it. So it was nice. And I beat it in like record time. I beat it in 3 hours, something like that. I started playing it at like 11 o'clock and I finished it at like 2. So that's 3 hours, right? My math is right on that, right? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. So, and like I had dinner and stuff like in the meantime, and Chris came home. So I was like a little bit distracted towards the end. And I only used a guide once, and that was because there's a glitch. I don't know if it's just my copy or what, but there's a glitch in my game that you have to read this certain like book that tells you the Chinese like zodiacs, but it tells you them in a certain order that you have to remember. Well, the glitch in my game is you can't go back and look at the book later, so if you don't like photographically memorize the order in which they appear in the book, then you can't complete the puzzle later. And I forgot about that glitch, because obviously it's not something I keep in my mind, like, oh, yep, there's a glitch in my game. So
You get to start all over.
no. Well, I mean, if there wasn't a such thing as, like, walkthroughs on the internet, I would. But, or I'd be sitting there freaking, like, guessing for ever.
Yeah, I think it'd be worse if the order was, like, randomly generated.
No, it's not randomly generated. It's the same order. And it's probably some, like, order that's actually significant to the Chinese zodiac if, like, I were to actually try and look it up. But, yeah, basically, they give them to you in a certain order so you can complete a puzzle later in the game, because you have to, like, push the animals in order. And, well, obviously, I went to go look at the book later on in the game, and it glitched out and wouldn't let me look at the book. So I had to look up the walkthrough to find the order in which I needed to put them in. And then, yeah. To be fair, I tried to look at the book. Like, I tried to just do it without looking at anything, but because of the glitch, I couldn't pull the book back up to get the order to do it in. So, I had to look up the guide just for that. Because because it's like, you do this puzzle with the order of the animals, and then there's like 2 other little puzzles that you have to do inside. And I didn't look at the solving for the other 2 puzzles, because one is like one of those flippy puzzles where like you click on the different things and it like flips the panels, and you have to like have all the panels flipped to the other side. And those ones are pretty easy for me once you figure out like the order. And the other one was a slider puzzle, and there's really no way to like cheat a slider puzzle. I mean, there is, like, because it's not like a randomly generated, like the picture is the same, and I think the order in which they appear when you first open up the puzzle is the same. So in theory, there probably is like a way you can cheat it. But the guide I looked through was just like, there's no way to cheat this, figure it out. And I suck at slider puzzles, so that took a while. Right, Chris?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
of course I'm no better at them
Okay.
either.
But yeah, so we've been rambling for a while, and it's late, so it's time for sleep. If you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button because we put out new videos every single day. And like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. All the links in the description below. And we'll see you guys tomorrow as always. Bye-bye.
Later, guys.